So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K25 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another episode of our Curry era rebuild series. Today it's going to be the Houston Rockets. Now, although at this point in time, James Harden hadn't quite won an MVP yet, he was certainly in the conversation. Ended up finishing out the 2017 season as second in MVP voting. He led this Rockets team to 55 wins and a Western Conference semifinals appearance where they lost to the San Antonio Spurs. So we're not quite a championship team yet, but this is a pretty talented roster, and I'm really excited to see what we can do with it today. I'm super pumped for this one. I've been loving the Curry era rebuild. Seems like you guys have been as well. Of course, before we get into this video, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comments section. Of course, going to continue doing the Curry era rebuilds, the trading every player rebuilds, and anything else you guys want to see. So let me know all those bright ideas you have in your head down below, and hopefully get into some of them. So excited for this one today. Also wanted to let you guys know that you guys are seeing this on Monday. This is Thanksgiving week here in the US, so I will not be having a video up on Thursday or Friday. It's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll be back to the regularly scheduled programming next Monday. So just wanted to give you a heads up. Let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this roster and what we're kind of working with as of now. Of course, we're probably going to end up making a few moves before we kick off year one, but relatively speaking, I do like this team quite a bit. So let's start here at the point guard spot. Patrick Beverley is currently the only listed point guard on this team. Now, although he's a 78 overall, 28 years old, it's certainly a viable option at that one guard spot. I think eventually I'd like to make a little bit of an upgrade. High possibility he starts in year one, but certainly something we'll keep an eye on is maybe we'd like to move him to the bench eventually. Now, James Harden, as I mentioned, had not won an MVP yet. He did come in second in MVP voting this season, and he's an absolute superstar. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind about that. He's a 96 overall. He's the face of this franchise right now, and hopefully he's going to be the guy that can lead us to a championship, of course, and unfortunately did not end up happening in real life. You got Eric Gordon here, who's 27, going to be an elite six-man option for us off the bench. He's 27 years old. He's certainly a guy that can be here for all 3 years of this video, so we'll keep an eye on it. KJ McDaniels is only 23. He's kind of unfortunately out of the rotation, just given the cast of characters that this team does have, but we'll keep an eye on it. I don't know who Hank McGee is, but he's 41. Another great, brilliant piece of work by 2K and their auto-generated players. We head to the small forward spot. Couple nice veteran options here with Trevor Ariza and Corey Brewer. Now, I don't think either of them are going to start for me throughout 3 years of this video, but heading into year one, it certainly has been worse, given what we typically are able to work with here throughout these rebuilds. So I can live with this for year one. Again, probably not going to be a 3-year thing. Elmore Swift, Cliff Cunningham, just ignore it. The power forward spot is kind of unfortunate because Ryan Anderson was the starting power forward for this team in real life, and unfortunately his rights are not in 2K. I know there are like mods out there that allow you to use players that are not, in 2K anymore. I tried to find it. I spent a lot of time looking for it. I can't find it. So if anybody, knows how to do that, let me know down below in the comment section. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'd appreciate it because it sucks having to use auto-generated bums. It really does. And then finally, the center spot, we have Clint Capella, who's only 22 at this point. If his development goes, according to how I expect it, he'll likely be my center the entire time. We have a 34-year-old Nene behind him. He's a 77 overall, certainly a serviceable backup big man. And then you got Kerry Thomas. I'm editing that contract. There's just no fucking way. There's no fucking way. And then, yeah, let's get to work. Our first trade of today's video is going to come with the Phoenix Suns. Although it is not my favorite move in the world, it's actually not that bad. It's going to be KJ McDaniels, who did have a year of team control after this. Would have been nice to kind of keep him on that rookie scale contract, but ultimately I don't really have any players, and I need to obviously make some moves and upgrade this team. So McDaniels, whoever the fuck Elmore Swift is, and 2 future second-round picks, heading to Phoenix for Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ Tucker. Now, I'm not sure if either one of these guys is going to start at the power forward spot for me. It is certainly a viable option, given the the characters we have at that position as of now. So I'm going to go ahead and move around some positions. I think we have 1 or 2 more trades. I don't love doing this, but given the circumstances we find ourselves in with the lack of depth, we are making a free agent signing here, and at least he is a real person. Now, Yi Jianlian, I'm again probably butchering the pronunciation, is going to be a 75 overall. He's 28 years old, and honestly, he's just chilling here in free agency, and I kind of desperately need him. So we're going to go ahead and make this signing. Not sure if he'll be the one starting at power forward, but I still think we have 1 more trade coming. Our final trade before we kick off year one is going to be a deal here with the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, this is not a long-term solution at the backup point guard spot, but for a single season and considering what we are giving up, it is certainly not the end of the world. So Jose Calderon's going to come in. He is going to be the backup behind Patrick Beverley, and this is going to establish us as not a, I don't want to say a deeper team, but we certainly have a lot more real players now. So Calderon and Beverly, going to be Harden and Gordon. And then I think I'm actually going to have Derrick Jones Jr. spend the year, maybe not in the G League, but maybe he'll just chill on the bench. And I'm intentionally not trading Corey Brewer. I did consider it, but I'm intentionally not making that move because I think he'll likely be a trade asset this offseason. So that's why we're kind of, where we're at in terms of the moves. So I think we've established this rotation well enough. Let's go ahead and set it. Here's to hoping that we have a successful season. We do not currently own our first round draft pick. I already went ahead and checked, so I don't think we're going to be bad. I don't really think that's a remote possibility, but there's always the outside chance that something kind of goes wrong and the team just sucks. Hoping that's not the case. Here's how everything kind of shook out. It's going to be Patrick Beverly, James Harden, Trevor Ariza, Yi Jianlian, again, probably just completely killing the pronunciation of his name. I apologize, Yi. And then finally, Clint Capella as our starting center. So, there's not a lot of scoring output in that starting five outside of James Harden, just considering where everybody is, at the respective point of their careers. But it is certainly something we can work with, and I expect Harden to have an MVP caliber season. Bench unit's actually not nearly as bad as it could have been. Eric Gordon going to be my sixth man here. You got Nene behind him. I'm playing Derrick Jones Jr., at the backup small forward spot over Corey Brewer. He's younger, a lot more potential. They're the same exact overall. Kind of made sense in my head. PJ Tucker is going to be the backup four, and then finally Jose Calderon rounding out this 10-man rotation. Of course, all under Mike D'Antoni. So, yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world. I think we'll be a playoff team. I certainly, expect Harden to put up some insane numbers, but we're definitely going to have our work cut out for us in the first offseason, but here goes nothing for year one. Absolutely fantastic first season for us here in Houston. We go 59-23. Now, unfortunately, James Harden did not get an MVP, but I 1000% will take that for a first season where maybe there was a little bit of uncertainty? I think that would be the better term. LeBron James is your MVP. Joel Embiid, Rookie of the Year. Sullinger, these are pretty much always the same here in year one. Wow, 68 wins there in Cleveland. All right, let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the standings. We end up as the 3 seed here in the Western Conference. Again, the Warriors and the Spurs were absolutely loaded at this point in time. But we're going to be matching up with the Grizzlies in round one. Here is a look at the East. Wow, there were 3 teams that won like 65-plus games. That's insane. Harden, again, not an MVP winner yet, but certainly MVP-type stats. Eric Gordon off the bench was our second leading scorer. You got Clint Capella in here, Trevor Ariza, Gianlian, Beverly, Nene, Jones, Calderon, and then Tucker. Rebounding department going to be Capella. Assists we're going to be led by Beverly. So, round one here with the Memphis Grizzlies. This was an interesting era in Memphis. Mike Conley, Marc Gasol. It was these were fun times, man. They really were. This Grizzlies team was never able to really be like a serious contender, but they were fun basketball. I'm not gonna lie. And Tony Allen, I love you, Tony. All right, we're 2-2. We go up 3-2, and we do end up advancing, beating them in 6. Now, this is where it kind of ended in real life. For the Houston Rockets, they ended up losing to the Spurs in 6 games. And, although this isn't one of the more loaded Spurs teams, and they're certainly showing their age a bit, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge, really, really talented duo, and they obviously have an experienced surrounding core. So let's see what happens here in the Western Conference semifinals. Split the first 2 on the road, lose game 3 on our home floor, do win game 4, lose game 5, and just as they did in real life, we get bounced in 6 in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. Disappointing ending, not really anything too surprising. That felt like it was probably going to be our ceiling for this season, at least in my opinion. And yeah, Steph Curry put up 41 points a game throughout a 7-game series. All right, let's get into it. Off-season time. I don't expect anything too crazy in terms of like free agents for us or anything. I think we have a lot of guys under contract, so maybe just 1 or 2 guys. I don't know if we have any money to spend. That'll certainly be something to keep an eye on, but yeah, we definitely don't have our draft pick, that's for sure. Mike D'Antoni did a pretty good job with this team, so he'll be staying on as our head coach. And as we approach the 2017 draft, we have the 9th pick in round 2. Fuck it, why not? Maybe we'll get a steal. You never know. Who's going to be sitting here? Luke Cornett. Or as sometimes I call him, Luke 7 foot for nothing Cornett. I'm not saying he's going to play, but considering Nene is 34, 35 years old and going to be entering free agency, not the worst thing in the world to go ahead and draft Cornett. So welcome to the team, and we'll see. It's a 71 overall. Team player options. Capella, yes. Clint, no. Let's just get into free agency here. Do we have any big names? Oops. It is really just PJ Tucker, and then I think Nene is here, but not going to happen. We have like $29 million to spend. If we want to make a play for one of these bigger names, it's certainly a possibility. Now, I don't know if, KD or any of these guys, maybe we make a play at Chris Paul, right? We're looking for a point guard upgrade. Now, Chris Paul and Patrick Beverly on the same team would probably not end well in real life, but here in 2K could be fine. So maybe we make a play for CP3. Probably just going to end up going back to the Clippers, but I'll offer him KD and Steph and see if it's worth our while. Why not? All right, let's clear up some money. I think Corey Brewer was going to be traded kind of no matter what. So let's just see. Because part of me says I don't want to just salary dump Corey Brewer. But I kind of might have to, right? I literally might just have to do that. So if I can move on from him and his $7 million, like first round pick, certainly not something that I would, say no to. I think we can work with this. Ooh, Hornets? Yeah, let's do the Hornets. All right, first round draft pick from the Hornets, and then whoever the hell Eddie Taylor is, I don't need you. I don't need your money. So let's go ahead. We're going to give Steph the most. Again, if I'm able to land any one of these big three, I 1,000% will take it. I'm just hoping at least one of them kind of says yes to me. So, moment of truth. Oh my God, we got Steph. I know I've gotten him in a rebuild in the Curry era before, but to say no to Steph Curry, because it's not often he's willing to sign and create probably the craziest backcourt in NBA history, and I have to do it. I cannot say no to that. So, yeah, we're going to make these moves. I actually don't have to renounce Nene. And hopefully we're able to retain him. But yeah, Steph Curry and James Harden going to be teaming up and again probably creating one of the scariest backcourts that's ever been compiled. So let's re-sign Nene as well. Bring him back hopefully. He is 34. And we have some other trades. Interesting trade here with the Chicago Bulls. We're sending out 32-year-old veteran Trevor Ariza and our first-round pick in next year's draft for Bobby Portis Jr. and a first-round pick in 2019. Now, they're similar overalls. Nothing too crazy in terms of that difference. But Bobby Portis not only is 10 years younger, he has an extra year of team control, which I think is going to be very, very beneficial as we make our way through the final 2 years of this rebuild. So Ariza was really good for us last year, considering his role. But ultimately, I wanted to get a little bit younger, a little bit more flexible. And Bobby Portis Jr. obviously provides that. So I'm excited to have him here. Not getting into a pissing contest between who I think is the better player as of now. But Bobby Portis is certainly a welcomed addition to this team. Fun trade here with the Brooklyn Nets for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, Patrick Beverley, losing him kind of sucks. It would have been super fun to have him come off the bench, maybe as a 6th or 7th man, elite defense, all of that. Would have been super fun. But we're going to go ahead and move him because we're in need of a starting small forward after trading away Trevor Ariza. Now, Beverley probably would have seen a little bit of a limit decrease in terms of his minutes just because, again, we signed Steph Curry and we have some pretty decent depth. Luke Cornett was probably not going to play after signing Nene, and Bojan Bogdanovic is 28, has 3 years of team control on a pretty favorable contract. And this first-round pick from the Wizards, let's just go ahead and take a look at this Wizards team right now. It's certainly possible this could be a valuable pick. So this feels like a really good deal for us here. We're obviously going to take Bojan and have him start at the small forward spot, him and Derek Jones Jr. And yeah, it's really just about finding ourselves a new backup point guard because other than that, we're pretty much all set. So you know what? Rondo? Yeah, we'll throw some money at Rajon Rondo. $7 million annually? Welcome to the team. Let's set the rotation. I'm just trying to imagine a world where not only that Steph and James Harden team up, but both of them team up in what would be considered like their prime years, right? Steph Curry's coming off a finals MVP where he averaged 41 points a game throughout a 7-game series against LeBron and the Cavs, and James Harden was probably just second in MVP voting. This would be absolutely insane to watch. But obviously, they're going to be our backcourt, best backcourt in the league, no doubt about that. Got Bojan Bogdanovic, Bobby Portis Jr. as new welcome additions to this group. Still got Clint Capella as our starting 5. And the bench unit, pretty damn good still. Eric Gordon, Yi-Jian Leon, Nene, Rajon Rondo, Derek Jones Jr. I think there's no doubt in my mind this team can win a championship. I really do. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. 68-14 to wrap up year 2 here in Houston. I'm feeling pretty damn good right now. No Steph, no Harden MVP, but LeBron gets another one, but I'll take it, considering, the team we have. Lonzo Ball, your Rookie of the Year as a member of the Dallas Mavericks. Dwayne Wade, 6th Man of the Year in Chicago. Giannis wins DPOY. Emmanuel Mudiay, Most Improved. And Mike D'Antoni, Coach of the Year. So, seems like we are in the driver's seat here in the Western Conference, and hopefully everything can click at the right moment. We can get that championship. So, there's the Eastern Conference standings. Let's talk about some of the numbers real quick for this team. Steph Curry, James Harden, fantastic. Eric Gordon, Bogdanovic, Capella, Portis, Gian Leon, Nene, Rondo, and DJJ. Rebound's going to be Capella. Assist going to be Steph. All right, us and the Sacramento Kings here in round 1. Now, Boogie Cousins was super fun. Donovan Mitchell, obviously, here as well. But if we lose to this team, we have bigger problems. Okay, we dropped game 1, but then it's a gentleman's sweep. Moving on to the Utah Jazz. Hayward, Gobert was certainly fun. Obviously, never really worked out as well as they kind of hoped. But we're just a lot better. So, okay, maybe not. Really? Really? Okay. Well, that was disappointing, certainly, to say the least. Not a great series out of Eric Gordon. All right, maybe we just need a little bit more offensive output, right? I think that could be, the safe play heading into our final offseason. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We are definitely going to be making some trades. That's certainly going to be happening, but yeah, a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. So draft lottery time. I don't think we're going to. Oh, I saw Rockets. Oh, we have that Washington pick. Okay, that actually could be beneficial. That sits right there at number 10. I'm going to hang on to Mike D'Antoni. I mean, disappointing ending. But I'm comfortable enough with the job he's done so far. And again, we're going to be making other moves outside of, just keeping him on as well. So 10th overall pick, certainly not nothing. I'll give up the second for some future. Thank you very much, Cleveland. So I'm either going to trade this or draft somebody, I know, obviously. But I think I'm going to consider some options before we go ahead and make a decision. I've decided we're going to draft somebody for now. Not 100% sure they're going to be staying on the team the entire time, but there is a couple different things we can do with whoever we draft here. So a couple names kind of jumping out at me immediately. Of course, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is sitting right here and certainly a viable option. Yeah, I'll probably draft him. Now, I'm not saying Shai's going to be the highest overall. I don't think he will be. I think some of the other names might be a little bit higher of an overall now, but we're going to draft SGA and welcome him to this team with open arms. So he's going to only be a 73 overall, but could end up being a valuable trade piece for us as we head into our final season. So Clint Capella is going to be a restricted free agent, of course, interested in bringing him back. I wish we had LeBron money. Unfortunately, we just do not. So I'm going to go ahead and re-sign Capella before we make any major deals. Doesn't even want anything crazy in terms of the dollar value. So let's bring him in here, and then I think we're going to go ahead and make some more trades. Oh, shit. Wow. I did not think that was going to go through. We just pulled off a deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. We traded Rondo, Nene, and 2 future first-round picks. We got ourselves Chris Middleton. Obviously going to provide a little bit more offensive output. Of course, a higher overall as well. And very welcome addition to this team. So Chris Middleton going to take over as the starting small forward, which means Derrick Jones Jr. kind of an odd man out right now. But honestly, trading him for a backup center wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I'm just going to let SGA play behind Steph. Probably going to be 10, 12 minutes a game, but not the end of the world. So, yeah, that was a surprise. I really didn't think they were going to take that. In terms of the center options, there's not really any real people here. So let's go ahead and move on from Derrick Jones Jr. And just see, hopefully, there's somebody here who is, an actual real person and a decent enough overall, or it's not going to kill me. Okay, that's all. Oh, Damian Jones. Not my favorite thing in the world in terms of the trade. It's okay, but he's 23. It's fine. All right, welcome to the team. This is it. This is going to be the final team heading into the third regular season. And again, clearly the talent's here. We just got to not choke in the damn playoffs. So I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. So far throughout this video, we have had 2 really strong regular seasons. Unfortunately, the playoff runs have come to an end in the semifinals, both of the previous 2 years. Now, this offseason, of course, made a very, very big move, adding Chris Middleton to kind of be a third option in the scoring department with this team. Clearly, talented enough, just got to go out and win the damn thing at this point. It is Steph Curry, James Harden, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis Jr., and Clint Capella. Bench unit now going to be led by Bogdanovic. Damian Jones, a welcomed addition. Still got Eric Gordon, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Yi Jianlian. So, yeah, it's clearly talented enough. We just got to hopefully click at the right time. I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. Well, LeBron James has won a 3rd straight MVP. More importantly, we go 72-10. It has to be the year, right? I hope so. Luka Doncic, him and his son's jersey is hilarious, but he's a rookie of the year. Trae Young is a 6th man in Portland. I'm assuming backing up Damian Lillard. Giannis wins D-Point. Kyle Anderson, most improved, and D'Antoni, coach of the year. All right. I mean, we're too damn good at this point. We are 14 games in terms of the winner of the West, Phoenix. Yeah, it has to be the year. Let's just do this damn thing. All right, Steph Curry, James Harden, Bobby Portis Jr. Okay, was not expecting this. I thought Chris Middleton was going to come in and, do something similar to like 16-17 or 15-16, but if we're winning, I don't really care. Interesting. Rebounding department. Capella, assist going to be Steph. Portland here in round 1. Dame and CJ are an incredibly talented backcourt. OG Anunoby, whoever the hell Michael Wilkins is, Mason Plumlee, Trae Young. I think we're clearly a better team. I kind of want to play it safe, though, and go game by game because you never know. Up 3-1, we end up closing them out in 5. Now, moving on to the Spurs, who, they're good. Might be a little bit older, but they are still going to be a pain in the ass. So we have yet to get out of the second round of the Western. Really? Okay, 2K. Thank you. Thank you. No. Thank you. All right, West Finals for the first time. It has been a sweat. There's no doubt about that. Bledsoe, Booker. Oh, shit. I didn't. Oh, my God. Okay, well, this is an incredibly scary starting 5. We obviously have the best player in the series, probably the 2 best players in the series, but that's the one we sweep? What is this game? Us and the Celtics here. NBA Finals. Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne. Oh, my hell. I'm puking for the Miami Heat fans that are watching this video and have to see that right there. Dwayne Wade. JB, Trevor Booker, Al Horford, Scary Terry, Crowder, Marcus Smart. Good depth there in Boston, but yeah, I think we're just clearly a better team. So end up winning. Steph Curry, Finals MVP. All right, well, that was a sweat. Maybe a little bit more than I was kind of initially hoping, but we put together a really fun team, and, I'm excited and I'm happy with the way this one came out, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So, as always, let me know any other rebuild ideas down below in the comment section. I'm always open to whatever you guys want to see, and, just wanted to let you reiterate one more time, I guess. There's only going to be 3 videos this week. I apologize. I'm going to take a few days off and enjoy Thanksgiving with the fam, so hopefully that's cool with you guys. But, yep, 2 more videos this week. They will be Tuesday and Wednesday, and, excited. I really am. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.